and then we'll hit record in a little bit. I just want to make sure my live stream is going right now. Today is the 14th. We should be live. We should be live right now. Live. Oh, okay, nice. We should be live right now. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I can see my chat. Maybe it's some music on for you guys. YouTube music. We're going to be going over the patch notes, and then we will be going over the Deadpool Creator Cup teams. I'm going to put something ideally non-copyright. Yeah. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But yeah, I want to go over the patch notes. I told my YouTube people that I would stream for them there. So that's what we're doing. And you guys should be able to see chat. I'm going to make a quick post talking about this as well. This should be good. We are live talking about Deadpool, the Marvel Rivals Season 6 patch notes, and Deadpool Creator Cup teams. Yeah, I want to Deadpool. I think I'm gonna probably put the balanced patch note stuff in the video today. That's gonna release later today. But what I do want to talk about, at least for what is it? The patch notes. Patch notes. I'm gonna put in a video today. Deadpool Creator Cup. I'll probably make each of my different, thoughts on the teams into shorts and stuff like that for you guys. I'm just gonna spam post them up until Sunday because today's Wednesday, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 days. So ideally, I post like 2, 2, 2, 2. So 2 today, 2 tomorrow, 2 on Friday, and then 2 on Saturday. There are 8 teams, and I'll post all the shorts. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for a little bit. I'm gonna wait a little bit for people to filter in. What do you guys think of the thumbnail or whatever? I don't know what to call it. The thumbnail. Yeah, let's call it the thumbnail. I have an interview today. Wish me luck. Chance, good luck. You're gonna kill it. Do you mind disclosing what it's for? You don't have to if you don't want to. But yeah, I want to go over the patch notes in detail here. I did spoil myself a little bit. Let me turn off the. Okay, yeah, we're fine. No, we're fine. Okay. We'll hit record. So we're going to be going over the Season 6 patch notes for Marvel Rivals. I did spoil myself a little bit. I saw some stuff on social media, but ultimately, I think I'll be okay. I saw some stuff. I have some thoughts on it. Overall sentiments I've seen from other people have been that it was a relatively light patch notes. It was relatively light patch notes. So it is what it is. Can't really complain too much, but we'll see. Okay, so this is Season 6 patch notes. The multiverse keeps shifting. Heroes are smashing, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's like their intro. So we're going to start with the Vanguards. My main role, Angela. We're making it slightly easier to knock Angela out of the fray. Reduced shield stance, shield value from 350 to 300. Yeah, I mean, it just kind of reduces her survivability. This doesn't really kind of address, if you want to call it, issues with Angela. Like, Angela's playstyle inherently is very annoying to play against for a lot of people. She's a flying displacement tank. It's not that she's uncounterable, because people can deal with her. Heroes like Bucky, Thing do okay into her. But Angela, you've been seeing, at least in pro play and even in high elo, yeah, she's kind of just like a dive tank, or you can supplement her with like a not a Deadpool, Daredevil, or like a Magic, or whatever dive tank you choose, or dive DPS you choose, and she's kind of just a better version of that. Angela's also just been picked pretty consistently for her ability to contest flyers. You know, heroes like Star-Lord as well, she does pretty good into. She's overall just a very annoying tank to play against, and I think, you know, I called this when Angela released a couple like months ago, right? I was like, oh, as people get better with her, a lot of people are going to realize how good she is. And I don't think it's crazy that she's like pretty much god tier on some of those maps that have like a lot of abysses, or like where you can throw people into like the lava, you know, on Hydra Charteris base, as well as you have a lot of maps where her displacement's super valuable because she can multi-displace. That's the big thing. She can get more than one person if she wants to. And it's really hard to play tank into her. Like if you're playing like a Strange, or you're playing like, if you're not playing one of like Mag Thing Emma and there's an Angela on the enemy team, like your life is kind of cooked. Even then, if you're playing Mag, like, you know, Mag, you have to like really be conservative with your bubble use. So, I wish they'd tap her down a little bit more, but maybe they'll wait until season 6.5 or patch 6.5 before they really like look at hard nerfing her. Captain America, it's time for a little more Star Spangled Offense. Reduce Vibranium Energy Saw cooldown from 8 to 6 seconds. Okay, so that's just a cooldown thing. That's nice. Captain America's really is in a really weird spot, because there was a point in time where he was meta after he got micro buffed to shit, right? He got like micro buffed so much. And then people were like, oh, Captain America is an issue. They saw him in pro play with Venom. People were running a lot of Venom cap dive with Psylocke. I would argue the Venom and the Psylocke were more of the issue than the cap, but I feel like a lot of people just didn't enjoy Captain America's survivability. Same way that Angela has a lot of survivability in certain aspects with her movement. Captain America's survivability comes from both the shield and also the movement. But I mean, this is just more of a allowing him to cycle damage more quickly. And again, anytime you get these sorts of cooldown reduction or CDR reduction on damaging abilities, it means you're going to build your ultimate up faster inherently, right? It's not going to be like super noticeable, but you know, Captain America's will build their ultimate up a little bit faster. Define Change doesn't really make the character like OP. And who knows? Captain America might be Captain Micro buff for all we know. Doctor Strange. Sorcerer Supreme is more agile and dangerous than ever. Increase the Maelstrom of Madness conversion ratio of dark magic from 1.2 to 1.3. So I'm pretty sure it was 1.3 at one point before, right? Let me look up Doctor Strange, Marvel Rivals. If you look at his balance changes, 1.3. Yeah. See, dark energy damage ratio. He was at 1.3 at one point, and then they reduced it to 1.2 in season 2. He got nerfed. So they're kind of just bringing him back to OG Doctor Strange levels now without the, the Gamma team up. So, okay, that's cool. Again, this is another change. Doctor Stranges are going to be building their ultimate up a lot faster. That's what that's going to be about. Because you're increasing the amount of damage you can do, which is it's just not negligible damage. The Cloak of Levitation, new effect, recasting during use, now interrupts the ability, preserves current movement speed, and allows for new movement input to change trajectory. I'm very confused on what this means. My understanding is that he can levitate up into the air, right? And as he's levitating, if he's moving forward and he recasts it, he can now input a new movement ability to make him go like back. So like if he's going forward, let's say he pressed shift, he's going up, he's moving forward, he press shifts again, it's going to preserve his momentum, but then he can go like back like this. That's my thinking. I'm not entirely sure what this means though. If it's what I think it is, then they're at least trying to give Doctor Strange's a way to get his ultimate. Because like there's only two ways you can really ult, and you have to wait out some of this stuff because like everyone's gonna expect the jump into the air into the jump down, right? It's the shift cancel. You jump in, you use your ult, you jump down, and that's it. And then you have the one where you can like jump from a wall or you come out of an invisible of an ultimate. it's not really creative. Like, even though Doctor Strange's ultimate is very big, wide AoE, you don't really have many creative ways to do it. Yeah, you can do the portal one, but that requires you to waste a portal cooldown, which 9 times out of 10, your portal cooldown is going to be used to it's going to be used to like contest cart and stuff like that. Like, you're not really using portal to like jump up in the air, use the momentum from the portal you put on the bottom into the, like, that's not a good portal, right? I don't like that portal. So most of the time you want to use your, I'm gonna ban a guy from chat real quick. Most of the time you want to use these portals for something else. So I don't know, we'll see. I like this change. I don't hate it, but ultimately I need to understand. I need to see what it looks like, because what I imagine it is very different, could be very different from what it actually is, and it might not be that impactful. But as long as it gives Doctor Strange new ways to bait stuff out and play with his movement, I'm always for that. Movement is always more interesting than just stacking damage numbers. Emma Frost. White Queen's energy gain gets a little more dazzling. Increased energy gain. Hero hits 10 to 12 seconds. Sentience hits from 15 seconds to 18 seconds. Shield hits from 5. Why? Why are we increasing the amount of energy she gains? That I don't understand. Sentience hits means stuff like Loki clones and stuff, right? That's what I'm assuming this means. Like, just something that isn't hero and something that isn't a shield, I think is like sentient stuff. Like any sort of squids, Namor squids, or like Loki clones probably is what I'm assuming, right? Yeah, I don't think Emma Frost needed any changes. I don't think she needed a buff by any means, but maybe they want to try to increase her range damage. She's still like a top 3 tank in the game, so I don't actually believe this. Hulk, stronger than ever. Hulk survivability and threat level. Reduce hero Hulk form. Reduce hero Hulk incredible leap minimum charge time from 0.5 seconds to 0.4 seconds. Maximum charge time from 2 seconds to 1.76. Oh, so he's just going to be hopping around. I think Sentience is hitting her gemstone when you pull out the tether with Emma. Is that what it is? Let me look it up. You're probably right. Let me see. Sometimes I hate when they use the hero, like the ability name sometimes. Diamond. Okay, let's see. Where's her E? Oh, seize control of an enemy's sentience. Okay. Ethan Adams, good catch. Okay, good catch. That's a really good catch. Okay, so let's see what her telepathic pulse originally did, though. Hero hit 10. Okay, so it went from, let's go back. Hero hit 10 to 12. Yeah, wow. That's a lot. That's a big jump, by the way. But I guess it requires you to hit your E, which it is a skill shot, but most of the time Emmas are hitting tanks anyways. It's not that crazy of a thing. Yeah, it has to do with her win rate. Maybe. But like, she's like, again, like if you pay attention to like competitive scene or like the pro scene, even if like she's still a very top pick tank. They just released the right. Let me see, hero hot list. Maybe they're basing it off the hero hot list. I think they just released the, yeah, they just released it. Okay, cool. Let's see where she's at. That'd be really interesting. Pick rate. Yeah, I mean, she's still one of the highest pick tanks in the game. Is it because she's at a 45? See, I don't like this stat because most of the time games are gonna have 2 Emmas, right? Like Emma being one of the highest pick tanks in the game. This is really funny. Magneto at 26% win rate, by the way. And this is like Grandmaster and Celestial, like top pick tank. You know what I mean? Like a very, very highly rated tank. Like this is very misleading because if you base it off of win rate, Emma Frost in your mind is like struggling, but Thor isn't struggling. But that's because there's significantly less Thor players in Grandmaster or even in Celestial and above. So the people that do play Thor are very good at the hero, which is in turn going to bump the win rate up. Whereas if you have tanks like this that are highly picked, but have like, 45, 46% win rates, that just means that a lot of people are picking Emma in situations because she's just the default best tank. Now, Magneto is an outlier because Magneto is a very high pick rate, the highest, and an 50% win rate. Most people will be like, oh, that's a perfectly balanced tank. That's not a perfectly balanced tank. That is very scary. That is very scary that Magneto is not getting any nerfs after having, essentially this is saying, right? 1 out of 4 games, you will see a Magneto. 1 out of every 4 games, you will see a Magneto is essentially what this is saying. And 50% of the time you have those Magnetos, he's going to win. Again, that's because every team is probably going to have a Magneto, so the win rate evens out, right? Because there's one Magneto that loses and there's one Mag that wins. Yeah, I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised Mag. I don't see the Mag nerfs here, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't see Mag nerfs. Yeah, I don't know. Emma is still a top 3 tank. Emma is still a top 3 tank in my opinion. So I'm not convinced that she's not. It's gonna help her ranged form. I think it's gonna help her obviously hit that full charge. She's gonna be a lot more. She's gonna be a lot harder to contest when she hits that full charge point. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, you know, there were other issues. Let's get back to Hulk, though. Hulk. Reduce Hero Hulk Incredible Leap minimum charge from 0.5 to 0.4 seconds. Maximum charge time from 2 to 1.7. I mean, there's a reason why people call it, you know, the Jesus Christ of this game. He does not stay down when he gets not backed up. That is true. Reduce Hero Hulk Incredible Leap minimum charge time from 0.5 seconds to 0.4. So he's going to be hopping around. He's going to have more mobility. That's fine. I mean, if there was any tank in the game that needed buffs, it was Hulk for sure. Reducing that just allows him to dodge in and out of situations. Really reliable tanks who can do the job Magneto does. He's just too easy to fall back on. I don't think Mag is broken. He's just one of the only tanks who's that consistent. Well, also, Ethan, he's also one of the few tanks in the game that can solo tank like reliably. You can solo tank with Emma and Strange, but it's a lot harder. And the amount of times that you'll be seeing like triple support or triple DPS compositions is more frequent than most people understand. Sure, 222 is still one of the dominant compositions, but Magneto is just one of those heroes that, like you said, is very easy, very reliable. I don't think he's OP in the traditional sense of like he's disgustingly overpowered where he has like really broken damage or anything like that. His defensive utility is by far the best in the game. 2 bubbles, right? One for himself, one for his teammate. Shield, a rechargeable shield. It blocks pretty much everything, right? You can block anything with it as long as you time it correctly. It's not like it doesn't have a health to it. It has a timer to it. Ultimate is very good. Like multiple different uses. His ultimate is a one-shot capability on multiple support ultimates. His ultimate can eat things like Punisher ult, Iron Man ult, Hela, whatever, right? Can combo with Phoenix, who's also a very OP hero at the moment. You can use it as a pseudo anti-heal in the terms of like absorbing heals away from people, because any sort of projectile, any sort of heals that go towards an enemy that is encompassed in that big Magneto ultimate, it's not going to go to them. So you can kill somebody. He's just too good. He's just too good in that aspect where he has too many options. I think having a gross amount of options doesn't seem OP, but when you watch the best of the best pilot those heroes, you can see just how dominant they are. He's pick banned in MRC. He was pick banned in MRC. You either picked him or you banned him. And I think he had like 100%, near 100% ban rate. Again, let's get back to Hulk though. Sorry, you just got me tangenting. Hero Hulk form, reduce gamma burst cooldown from 8 to 6 seconds and increase projectile damage. That's fine. 70 to 75, 6 seconds as well. So he's going to be building his ultimate up faster, guys. In Hero Hulk form, reduce gamma burst. Yeah, I like, he's going to be building his ult up faster. He's going to have more consistent damage coming out. I like this change. He needed it. I would have even given him his exile. I would have bumped his exile cooldown lower, honestly. I know that sounds crazy, but like Hulk has to have playmaking ability in his kit, because he is in theory like a very one-dimensional, like he's movement. He can interrupt you. Like you see a lot of the good Hulks, like Bad GD Player, Captain Coach, Zotaic, Greg Albert, these guys, they play Hulk like maniacs because they have to, right? They have to use their jumping, crash down tackle to like interrupt ultimates, get flyers. You see like what they have to do. I think increasing his playmaking ability with Exile would have been nice, but I mean, Hulk players are already like min-maxing this character right now. This is fine though. I like the increased damage. I like reducing the clap. To be honest, I would have given more health when you have like 5 or more people after you're going to get just bullied. Yeah, maybe more health would have been nice. In Monster Hulk form, Hulk is now immune to launch and knockback effects only. Okay, so this isn't complete CC immunity. This indicates to me that he's more like Thing. So like he can still get Emma grabbed. He can still get Rogue grabbed. I think if like the punch or the Wolverine grab, you know how like when you hit Thing and they both fall over? I think that's what's going to happen with Monster Hulk form. This is something that I hope one of the Hulk players are just going to test exclusively. But like my guess is Luna Freeze still works. Emma grab still works. Rogue grab still works. The Wolverine kidnap doesn't kidnap him, but it knocks him down. Same thing with the Bucky charge, that kind of stuff. But things like Invisible Woman push-pull isn't going to work. Hawkeye's knockback isn't going to work. Bucky's grab might just stun him instead of pulling him in, right? This just gives him more options. This should have been in the game for him day one, in my mind. It should have been in the game day one for him. They should give him complete CC immunity because it's his ultimate. It's not that threatening. I mean, I think now people are going to pop support ultimates. Yeah, slow, stuns, and interruptions. I think slows, stuns, and interruptions are still going to work on him, but any like you can't just like knock him over anymore. The days of Hulks getting completely CC locked in their whole ultimate is gone. He would suddenly be very threatening with full immunity. Yeah, the power scale would go like from left to all the way right. I think this is the middle ground, and if he's still getting CC'd, chained, and all that stuff, then NetEase might take a step further in 6.5 because they gave Groot full CC immunity. So it's not that they're opposed to it, but they want to test these changes out. Something like this should have been in day one. I think now if you have Cloak and Dagger, Invisible Woman, Rocket, all this stuff, if you hear a Hulk ult, you might have to pop one of these ultimates, which is a net benefit trade. If you trade a Vanguard ultimate for a support ultimate, that frees up one of your DPSs if you're running like a standard 2-2-2 comp to then use their ultimate afterwards. So I think people are gonna have to respect Hulk now when he ults. You can't just like CC him and heal through everything because he has the exile, because he has the Thunderclap, Exile, Thunderclap combo, and he can do that more reliably because you can't mess him up with knockbacks and like launch him away, or Spider-Man can't grab him. The amount of times I've seen a Spider-Man grab a Monster Hulk and put him into the abyss, or an Angela. This is very good because Angela can't just run into him. I think having certain tanks get CC rather than immunity could be cool, like a passive that reduces. That's Overwatch, right? Like the passive that reduced. That's just Overwatch at that point. Overwatch tanks have that. I don't know if they still have hero passives. I haven't played Overwatch in a very long time, but I remember Overwatch 2 had hero passives. Similar to what you're talking about. But I wouldn't be opposed to it. But then you have heroes like Thing. Like what is Thing's whole thing, right? If you grant that Ethan. That's the big thing. I don't know what he's supposed to do. Duelist changes. Ooh. Okay, so in my wish list video, by the way, that I released earlier this week on Sunday, I talked about wanting certain dive heroes to be back into the meta. I think we've been in a very big poke meta, so Black Panther changes. Hopefully I believe these are buffs. Black Panther, increase spear toss damage from 45 to 50. Okay. And gain 50% damage reduction during Bass descent. Ultimate ability startup animation. Oh, these are solid changes. They are playing it safe. Like the damage going from 45 to 50 is nice. It does make it so like, if a support isn't getting healed or isn't just using all their healing abilities on themselves, you can one combo them. You used to still be able to one combo them, but like this is just more consistent. I think it bumps it from like 250 to 260. This is why I hate first round enemies. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, it sounds like you did good, though. Increase spear damage toss from 45 to 50. Yeah, I think this is going to at least put it over the edge a little bit. Again, Black Panther players have just not been having fun in Marvel Rivals for like 4 seasons now. I think this is really good. I really like this change because the amount of times that a Black Panther would like use their full combo and then to get more resets, they would have to ult, and then a Hela or a Phoenix or a Hawkeye just like 1-taps him or like 2-taps him. It was very frequent. So now that he gains 50% damage reduction, he can have that like hero fantasy of like dashing back and forth. Because that's the whole thing about Black Panther, right? The idea is that you consistently dash back and forth through the team. And like your movement is your survivability. But this is nice. I really like this change. Yeah, Black Panther players needed this. I kind of wish other changes I would have done is reducing the wind up on this ultimate. This is one of the few ultimates in the game that is, in my opinion, against what the character's like hero fantasy is. Because like you go spear, dash, 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 like it's all very quick movement. It's very precise. But then you have an ultimate that takes like 2 or 3 seconds to cast, right? Because he has to say the line and everything. I would rather him, or not rather, I'd him get this on top of reducing how long it takes to get the ultimate off. In my opinion. But this is a good start. Maybe they'll do that later. Solid changes. I'd have to see how the Black Panther, like the really high elo Black Panther players think about this. I know I've talked to like 1 or 2 of them, and they said it's like, it's definitely nice. It's a step in the right direction. I don't think it's going to make this character super OP, but because now Hulk is buffed, as long as Hulk isn't getting permabanned, they still have this combo. Yeah, a bigger rework. Him being a super fast dive character is cool, but Cannon BP is a lot more durable with his vibranium armor. I'd like to see him. Yeah, I think they could maybe like mini rework him into more of a brawler where he gets more bonus HP and stuff like that. I wouldn't even hate that. But this team up, the Hulk Black Panther team up, this is nice. He's gonna die less. A lot of Black Panthers should die less in theory. Blade. Daywalker's threat level rises. Choose your weapon wisely. When wielding Hunter's shotgun, Daywalker dash new effect. Slows enemies by 40% for 1.5 seconds. Increase second hit damage from 20 to 50. When wielding Ancestral Sword, Daywalker dash new effect. Remove slow effect and apply 8% healing reduction per strike. So 32% if all 4 hit for 3 seconds. Reduce damage from 15 to 8. Wow, that's a pretty big damage nerf. Magic is a pretty good model. Hello, I asked and I have received. Yes, Max, you have asked and you shall receive. I'm a man of the people. Reduce pellets fired per round of Hunter's shotgun from 12 to 11. Damage fall off now starts at 15 meters, was 20 at 30. Damage drops to 50% of base, was 40%. Okay, so from my understanding, they want you to swap between gun and sword. Because realistically, if you watch a lot of the high elo Blade players, or you watch how Blade is played, they are like, I would argue 75% of the time in gun form. Like the meme was, you're not playing Blade, you're playing gun. They're giving his gun utility with the slow. 40% slow is pretty crazy. 40% slow is pretty interesting. You can hit tanks now. I kind of like this where like they made him a little bit more frontliney, where like you don't just have to keep shooting in your gun. You can use the slow. So the combo in my head is you dash forward because, oh, whoops. Oh, you guys hear me? My bad. If my mic sounds weird, let me know. Chip my mic. You dash forward because you have 2 dashes. You dash forward with your shotgun dash. You apply the slow, and I believe it still applies the anti-heal. You swap into your ancestral form, and then you dash again to apply more anti-heal so that this tank will now have like almost 50 to 60% anti-heal applied to them because you're going to hit all your ancestral sword and you're going to hit your shotgun, and they're slowed so they can't walk back to their team as fast. But because you do less damage, it's going to rely on your team to do like the rest of that damage. Essentially, they're making it so you're more of maybe like a frontliner. I don't hate that. Maybe more brawly. Reducing the amount of damage the shotgun done is pretty interesting because again, he was like very, very gun heavy. This kind of swaps his playstyle a bit in my mind. Is this a buff though? Because they took damage out. I mean, they increased the damage on the dash, shotgun dash, but the overall damage on his shotgun, like reducing the pellet damage and then reducing the sword hit, like it's a 50% hit, right? It's reduced from 15 to 18. It's a 50% hit. They made him worse in 1v1s. Just fundamentally, they made him worse in 1v1s. But they made it so that you can... Dare I say Blade is a brawl hero now? Is he good into triple support? That's the question. God damn it. Do these changes... I keep hitting my mic. Do these changes actually make him better into triple support? Because now you can apply a crap load of anti-heal, and that's excluding the ultimate. If you ult after using the dash anti-heal from both the gun and the sword form, one attack that you have done with the melee. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. The blade changes are great, but this is what I would have done different. I would have made his vampire state lose health and get rid of the healing reduction. The amount of healing that he will be able to keep up of the player well read and not keep attacking your opponent. I feel like reduced healing for a vampire feels somewhat counts for intuitive instead of trying to play into it. Blade now having a state that he's apply constant reduced healing for 5 seconds is a lot better than having it be basically one attack that you have to land with melee. Maybe. I'm interested. I'm interested to see what Avenue and KPX Chris, those are the two like main Blade players I know. I want to see how they play Blade next season. He might be like a brawl. He might be a brawl hero now. And he might just be like, hey, I'm going to hit this tank. Everybody kill this tank because he's got 50% reduced healing. Or like 90% reduced healing if he lands the ultimate as well. I hesitate to call this a buff. This is like a mini rework of the hero. A miniature rework. You're changing his playstyle fundamentally. Daredevil. I really had the mains for a while, but this feels like the changes that can make sure Yeah, me too. I want to, like, I don't play DPS. Like, that's not the role I play. I play Vanguard and support. Those are my two main roles. But when I have to play DPS, I like Blade. Daredevil. The Devil of Hell's Kitchen gets a little less punishing. Reduced Devil's Chain high damage, range damage. Oh, this is weird. Reduce Devil's Chain high damage range damage from 80 to 75. Okay. Reduce Devil's Throw single projectile damage from 32.5 to 30. Total goes down from 65 to 60. Reduce Fury gain from Devil's Latch when grappling surface from 2 to 1. Really? This is all the Daredevil nerfs? This guy is the best dive hero in the game. Like, okay, you're reducing his combo from what? 145 to 135? Ultimately, that's all you're doing. And then you're reducing the amount of fury he gains. This is a joke, right? Like, Daredevil is still going to be the best hero in the game, or best dive hero in the game. Like, you're slowing him down. That's all you're doing. You're slightly slowing down his playstyle because he's not going to be able to get as much fury, so he's not going to be able to combo you as much, in theory. But, like, at full fury, his combo is, like, he's still going to kill you. Like, he's still going to be a menace. This is crazy. That these are the only changes they're doing with Daredevil. I'm still banning him. I'm still banning Daredevil in Season 6. Iron Fist. Linley strikes are slightly faster and harder. Increased damage from Jeet Kundo's first 4 strikes from 30 to 35. Increased Dragon's defense maximum duration from 1 second to 1.2 seconds. Okay. That's big. That's essentially 120, right? Because it's 3 times 4 to 35 times 4, which is 140. That's a pretty big damage bump. 120 to 140 is pretty big. Increase Dragon's defense maximum duration from 1 to 1.2 seconds. Okay, I mean, these are pretty good changes. I don't think it's going to put him over the edge, but these are solid Iron Fist changes. I don't hate it. I feel like Iron Fist is relatively underplayed, so I think this will get more people to play him. He does more damage. He's not just a tank buster. Like, giving him essentially a base damage increase from 120 to 140 is nice. Is Daredevil Iron Fist going to be the new dive combo, though? W fist buff. I agree. I think it's a solid fist buff. It's not super crazy. Makes him better into 2-2-2. Even, honestly, I think it makes him fine into like 1-3-2 or 1-2-3, whatever you want to say. Dive meta season. Okay, I don't know about that, Eli. I want one. I don't know about that, though. I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, Daredevil, yeah, if Daredevil's open, feel free to play dive. I think more people inherently are going to play Black Panther, Daredevil, and Iron Fist, but, well, if Daredevil gets to the ban phase. But, like, I don't see Hela. I don't see Phoenix. I don't see Star-Lord. I don't see Bucky. I don't see any of those heroes nerfed, by the way. Namor. Oh, God. More power in his base form, but his team up is toned down. Okay. Reduce aquatic dominion time for a single charge from 12 to 10 seconds. So if you drink... Oh, okay. So if you use both of your... If you use both of your monsters, the time it takes to charge up one is 10 seconds. Okay. So maybe it, like... Maybe it encourages, like, increased, like, usage of your squids. They're never gonna nerf Bucky. Hawkeye? Oh, yeah. I forgot about Hawkeye, by the way. Hawkeye? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They're never gonna nerf Bucky. Hawkeye. Yeah. No Hawkeye changes either. Increased default Monstro spawn health from 100 to 125. And damage from 17 to 18. Gain, yeah, it takes 2 to use any of your devil moves, and now you gain only 1 fire. Yeah, I mean, it slows down the character next. It slows him down, but it's not gonna, like, it's not enough to take him out of the meta. It just slows him down, which might be open itself up to more counterplay, but he's still the best, in my opinion. This is an annoying change, because you now have to pray that your team is actually going to hit the Monstro spawns. A lot of the time, people don't shoot them, and they just pelt you. And now they're going to pelt you for 18 damage. Before he's a sitting duck. Yeah, but that's if he's not weaving in autos, right, Nex? That's if he's not weaving in any autos. If he's not weaving in autos, then sure. But most Daredevils are weaving in autos to generate fury. That's the point. Like, that's what I'm saying. They slowed him down, but it's not killing him by any means. They slightly slowed him down. Increased enhanced Monstro spawn damage from 11 to 12. Yeah, they just made Namor base. They just made base Namor better, which is actually so anti-dive, right? They essentially... Attacking does build up more fury, so yeah, if you're willing... The other issue is going to be annoying, but yeah, I think his escapability is going to be... Like, it's more punishing if you use his abilities not on enemies for Daredevil. They made base Namor better so that you can pick him up. The fact that they buffed Black Panther and Iron Fist and they slightly nerfed Daredevil where he's still going to be good. And then they're like, yeah, we're going to buff Namor. So, like, guys, it's not going to be a dive meta. We buffed base Namor. You don't need to pick him with Hela if you don't want to. Now Namor can just be a pick. You can just play it. Yeah, so that's the thing. That's what they did. Yeah, I saw. Angela plus DD still best comp. Yes, Freddy, I agree. Base Namor being better is kind of scary. This is an interesting change. It's just a slap on the wrist. 100%. Yeah. Strategist. Cloak and Dagger. Ty and Tandy's support is getting a shakeup. Healing and flexibility updated. Reduce Dagger Storm healing from 55 to 45. Is that just her base? Cloak and Dagger. Marvel. Excuse the spelling. I already know. I'm going to get it. That's just her base stuff, right? That's just her base thing. Light Force Dagger? Okay. No, Dagger Storm is... Okay, it's this. It's her right click. So it's going to go down from 55 to 45. That's pretty big. 10 seconds, 10 less seconds, 10 healing less a second is pretty good. When a spell shield is created, allies in range get a one-time healing of 60. Oh. Okay. That makes it so you have to be more accurate with it. 60 is a lot, though. $60 is a lot. That's quite a bit. They're gonna make you aim it. It's just gonna, I mean, I guess it kind of increases the skill ceiling for Cloak and Dagger players. Like now you have to aim and hit it if you're in range. I wonder what the range is though. I wonder what the range of the bubble is. It just the inside of the bubble, or is there like a radius around it? This is the thing that throws me off. Allies in range. I'm assuming it just means anyone that's inside the bubble that gets hit with it. That's fine. Veil of Light Force and Terror Cape. These two abilities now share charges, capped out at 2, with each taking 10 seconds to recharge. After using either, both abilities enter a 2-second cooldown. Oh, that's pretty crazy. 2, so you get 2 charges. Yeah, I think that's what I'm getting at, Freddy. I think that's what I'm getting at. Double Terror Cape is a Vanguard's worst nightmare, by the way. Imagine you get Terror Caped. You then get Terror Caped again. She is Wanda of support. Sure. But I think there are more ways to outplay or counterplay Cloak and Dagger than like Luna and Invis. Right? Like I don't hate this because like you have more ways to counterplay. You can displace her out of her ultimate, right? You can Bucky pull her, you can grab her, you can do all that stuff. You can obviously Magneto slam her. You can Doctor Strange can now kill her again through ultimate. If you are at 100 charge, when you land Eye of Agamotto and you E after, you can kill her. I don't like Cloak and Dagger has been out of the meta for a while. And like they've like if you look at her balance changes, or sorry, their balance changes. I keep saying her. Like it's a lot of nerfs, right? Like a lot of big nerfs. Ultimate cross 4,000. You know what I mean? Like Light Force damage. The damage. This is whatever. This change sucked. This is the only like actual relevant change. But they always like buff nerf her. They don't really know what to do with this hero. So I don't mind her being in the meta or like being better comparably to like Luna and Invis, which is what they're doing, right? No, we can't. She is 275. No, I think no, because now with Doctor Strange, with the Maelstrom of Madness ratio going from 1.2 to 1.3, if you're at 100 Maelstrom charge and you hit the E on both her and the spirit or whatever, I think you kill them now. I think I need to test it. I'm pretty sure you can kill them again through ultimate. You just have to land a full 100 burst combo onto them. So you want to ult at 80 charge because I believe your Doctor Strange ultimate gives you 20. So you go 80 to 20, 80 to 100, and then you Maelstrom of Madness. You do 260. Is it 260? Even with the 1.3, is it 260? Damn. Never mind. You can't then. I'm annoyed. If it's 260, I'm really annoyed. So you need like someone else to hit her. You essentially need like someone to do 15 damage. Not impossible, but still annoying. These are fine. Cloak and Dagger changes are fine. Cloak and Dagger changes are fine. Double Terror Cape is actually horrifying though. It's gonna force Cloak and Dagger mains to really think about how they use it though. Because if you burn your capes like really quickly, or your Veil of Light Force, your let's call them rectangles. If you burn your rectangles quickly, like you use them too hastily, you lose out on a lot of value, right? Whether it's the utility from Terror Cape or the healing from Veil of Light Force, one of those two. 1.3 times 2 equals 260. 1.3 times 100 times 2 is 260. Yeah. Easy math. I don't know why I didn't do that math in my head. That sucks. That sucks. I should be like, just bring it back to 275. Bring it to 275. Maybe reduce her health. Maybe reduce her health because they did increase her health. Maybe reduce her health. Gambit. The King of Cards takes a hit to his healing and ultimate. Reduce big. Oh my god, they're gonna use all of his ability names. Okay, guys, let's make sure we know all. Look at this. Look at love this. Love this. Love this. Reduce big easy impact healing amount per explosion from 25 to 15, going from 75 to 45. Big easy healing impact. Is that his right click? Oh, that's Bayou Bash. What is, wait, big easy impact. Oh, and then dashing with his, what? That's what it is? It's the charge? Oh, follow up Cajun charge. Oh, so it's so it's the dash through your team. Oh, wow, that's actually pretty significant. It's the dash, yeah, it's the right click after dash. Wow. That's what they call this, big easy impact. Yeah, less self-healing as well as just in general per explosion. That's pretty significant. That's gonna, so also keep in mind, any reduction to healing for Gambit is gonna reduce the amount of ultimate charge that he gets. So that's the just like universally, right? Because that's how supports get their ultimate charge. It's based off of healing. So any reduction in healing, you can also view it as like an ultimate charge cost nerf in theory. Not in theory, in actuality. The hell? Reduce Ragin Royal's flush healing from 75 to 55 seconds. Ragin Royal Rush. Is that just his Q? Okay, yeah, that's his ultimate. 55 a second. Okay, that's nice. That probably allows you to burst through them a little bit. If you like CC chain somebody, I'm sure you can kill them better. Losing 20 healing a second is pretty big. Bridge boost bounces on a single target are now set to a maximum of 2. That was this, right? That's his E into E. Yeah. How many? Okay. But only on a single target. Down to 2. So then it'll only heal 100. In theory, it only heals 100 on a single target. But you're rarely ever using it on a single target. Unless they mean in a group setting, it can only bounce on a single target twice. So let's say it's like me. It's like, okay, let's say in front of you, right? I'm playing Gambit. In front of you is Gambit or Magneto, Strange, and Widowmaker. So that means it's only going to bounce to each of them twice. Is that what it means? Right now it's 3. Or does it mean that when it bounces, if you only use it on a singular target, it bounces twice? Or, yeah, versus 3, right? Versus 3, like you're saying, Jun. So, yeah, this, I don't like this wording. I don't like this wording. Because I'm just trying to figure out if it means that if there's 3 targets in front of me, the card is only going to bounce between them twice, so each of them are only going to get 100 healing? Or does it mean that if I use it on a singular target, they're only going to get 100 healing? And it's like, you know what I mean? It caps it to 100 healing regardless, which is good. Again, reduces his ultimate charge. It's effectively all of these changes, other than this one, which is directly tied to his ultimate. This change and this change is going to reduce his healing, reduce his ultimate charge cost. Or sorry, increase his ultimate charge cost. It's going to make it so that he can't charge his ultimate as fast because of the healing reduction. I'm really interested. I want to know what this means. I want to test this. Or I need someone to test it. Yeah, on everyone max 2. Okay, on everyone max 2. Okay, so now he can only output. So instead of outputting 3, like you said, 150, it's 100 healing to everybody. Because it's 6 bounces, right? Number of ricochets is 6. Oh, so in theory, if you use it on 2 people back then, you would get 150. Huh. Wow, that's a lot of burst healing removed from Gambit. So Gambit nerfs are good. I don't think this is enough to take him out of the meta, though. I still think he's going to be good. Ban-worthy? I'm not sure. Probably. Invisible Woman. Sue Storm is a little less unbreakable, and her protection is a little less potent. Reduce Guardian Shield value from 200 or 250 to 200. Okay, so you have to recall it more frequently. Reduce shield restoration. 33% less healing on EE. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, Jin. I think it's 33% less healing. Reduce shield restoration rate after reclaiming from 42 to 34. Total time unchanged. Yeah, because, yeah, you have to do 200 divided by 34 versus 250 divided by 42. So it recharges at 34 a second up to 200. Reduce Guardian Shield healing to Invisible Woman only from 50 to 25 a second. That's a big change. She's still good, though. What? Is that all? If you look at the balance changes for her, right? If you look at balance changes, the thing that did her wasn't the self-shield. It's this stuff, bro. The damage increase, the range increase, the projectile speed increase. Like, this was overkill, sure, but this is what really was, like, put her over the edge, right? This stuff. She's still Z tier, bro. Invisible Woman is still Z tier. Rocket's nerf is basically nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Reduce movement speed during wild crawl. It makes him a little easier to track. Reduce Guardian Shield healing to Invisible Woman from 50 to 25 seconds. Gambit Invis are still going to be... Cloak, Gambit, and Invis is the new Holy Trinity. That's the new Holy Trinity of supports. It used to be a duo, Gambit and Invis, the Dastardly duo. I think we have a new Holy Trinity, though. The old Holy Trinity. The old Holy Trinity used to be Cloak, Invis, Luna. And then sometimes Loki would sneak in there. Like, you could swap out Loki for, like, one of those, right? Because they would always get banned. But that was the old Holy Trinity. This is the new Holy Trinity, guys. Cloak, Gambit, and Invisible Woman are the trifecta. You can't just follow him in the moon like now, like a Jeff bubble. Yeah, but most of the time with Rocket, we'll go quickly over the Rocket changes. Most of the time with Rocket, guys, they are wall crawling, and then they're going to immediately use their jetpack dash, because if you jet dash after a wall crawl, you get more distance. It's like almost doubles your distance on how much you normally get. Good Rocket players are not just constantly wall crawling. The movement speed reduction is nice, I guess, in terms of like making him more trackable. Hit scan is going to have an easier time. If you're a good hit scan player, you're going to have an easier time. Yeah, there's like, these are the three best supports. I would argue still banning these two. Simply because banning Gambit and Invis forces them to play Cloak and Dagger, who's more counterable. Cloak and Dagger also builds their ultimate really slow because of the ultimate charge nerfs. I'd rather, 9 times out of 10, I'd rather play against a Cloak and Dagger than a Gambit or Invis Woman. That's just my opinion. 9 times out of 10, I'm playing against these two. All right, let's quickly go over the team-up abilities. Balance changes. Deep Wrath. No more Tidal Wave's Bane. Okay, 30 seconds. That's pretty big. Reduce undead monster spawn from 12 to 10. I just hate the CC from Invis. I mean, that's her whole thing, though, right, Freddy? She's supposed to be the CC support. That's like her whole thing. Reduce Berserk state damage. Oh, someone said they gutted the team up? I don't think this is gutted. Remember someone in chat said they gutted the team. I don't think this is gutted. Still solid. You just have to be more mindful of when you use the team up ability. 12 to 10 is pretty bad, but again, these were always relying on whether you got a kill or not. I mean, you don't need to pick Namor with Hela anymore. I'd still ban Hela because Hela is like one of the best hit scans in the game. And I still don't want to play against Hela Namor. But now, at least, it's going to allow the Namor players, like the actual Namor mains, all 5 of them, to actually just pick Namor. Without having to be like, I need a Hela. Or Gila, as Kirath would say. Vibrant Vitality. Mantis, Groot, Loki. Loki's blessing is reduce Delphic blessing allied damage. Damn, that shit was a 25% damage boost? 15%. Huh. Yeah, I mean, triple support, Loki and Mantis were really prevalent. And you'd normally run it with like one tank. You didn't even have to run Groot with it. That was the thing. You could just run Mantis Loki and you'd get the increased rune space. Yeah, this is crazy. I don't know, this isn't crazy. I understand the nerf. 25% damage boost is wild. Because like one of the best compositions in the game is like triple support. You run Invis, Gambit, whoever you want if they're open. But you run Loki, Mantis, and you run like one hit scan, either Phoenix, Hela, or Punisher. Phoenix was the popular one. And then you'd run like Magneto plus Angela or Magneto plus something. You could run Groot if you wanted to. But that was the move, right? And then you would just have constant damage boost because anytime Loki used runes, your tanks would get damage boosted, you would get damage boosted, your Mantis would get damage boosted, and your Phoenix would get damage boosted. Or you also just have constant damage boost because Mantis is perma-buffing the Phoenix. It's not going to stop triple support. There's nothing in here that tells me, by the way, that triple support is nerfed. There's nothing in here that tells me triple support is nerfed. People are still gonna swap to triple support. Unless Blade is just the GOAT. Unless Blade is just the 3 support monster. Adjusted or removed. Okay, they took out the Human Torch Spider-Man team up. They took, oh yeah, the Penny. Penny's losing her extra web. I saw this. Penny is losing her extra nest. That's massive, by the way. Penny losing her extra nest is not cool. I mean, she does get like a team up anchor bonus, right? Because she's the team up anchor for Spider-Man. I don't think that's enough though. Mr. Pool's interdimensional toy box. This is Deadpool and yeah, Jeff the Landshark. Yeah, I saw this team up. Essentially, it heals your allies when you use it. And then it, when Jeff uses it, and it also like messes up the player's screen. It provides like a bunch of visual clutter. This is interesting, though. The team-up anchor works differently depending on what version. You're either playing tank pool, DPS pool, or support pool. Extra 50 health is pretty good. Duelist 5%. Yeah, this is fine. Just has 4 team-ups now. Jeff has 4 team-ups. Yes, he has 4 team-ups. The Groot one's useless, though. Let's be quite honest. Groot one's fucking garbage. Parker Power, Penny Parker. Yeah. Penny Parker gains 50 health. Yeah, bro, what? Gains 50 health, loses a nest, by the way. That's a meme. Wow. So these are the full patch notes, by the way. These are all the patch notes. Relatively light patch notes in my opinion. Big things we didn't see. No, I'm gonna open a notepad so you guys can see. So big things we didn't see, right? Just blow it up to 42. Big things we did not see. No Hela, Phoenix, Hawkeye, Star-Lord, Bucky, nerf. That's big. The fact that none of this, I'm gonna drop the font a little bit. This is a little too big, guys. That's unfortunate. No 3 support nerfs. No, nothing that's adversely affecting triple support. What's Ethan saying? Triple support will always be around, but it should just be enough to balance, have reasonable trade-offs. I agree. Running triple of other roles should be equally as viable, but circumstantial. Yeah, I like triple DPS as a counter to triple support. But so my issue with 3 support versus running 3 of anything else, the barrier of execution for triple support is extremely low for the amount of value that you get. Triple DPS requires you to actually be a good DPS player. Triple tank is probably in between that, right? So like if triple support's down here, triple DPS is up here, and then triple tank is right here. But the value you get for running triple support is immensely high versus the value that you would get for triple support, or sorry, triple tank or triple DPS. That's my issue. I don't know if it'll ever be balanced, but I think introducing maybe more anti-heal options is nice. We'll see how good Blade is into triple support, but so no Hela, no 3 support nerfs, no mag nerfs, no Magneto nerfs. Emma buffs was really crazy. I don't know why. I don't know why they buffed Emma. No mag nerfs is wild. But these are things missing, right? I'll take this off the list. No Magneto nerfs. I think Magneto needs a reduction in his either his survivability or his defensive utility. He's every single option all the time. I want you guys, we're going to do a quick thought experiment. Not thought experiment. We're going to do a quick anecdotal thing. How many times in your game have you heard, can we please swap off Magneto? He's not working. Not because the Magneto player is bad. I've heard that. Like, hey, can you swap Mag? I want to play him. How many times in your games have you heard, can we swap off Magneto? It's not working. I've maybe heard it once, maybe twice. And I've said that to myself. Yazan says 0. Exactly. Yazan, 0. 0. You've never heard that in the history of Magneto. That is the issue with him. You've never heard anyone say, can we swap off Mag? It's not working. And the rare times it doesn't work is if the enemy team's running like a full melee composition or like multiple melee. That's when I swap off. If they're running like triple melee or something like that, I'll swap off. But even then, it's not that bad. You don't have to swap because Bubble provides so much utility. Yeah, whole chat's saying 0. I agree. Whole chat's fucking saying 0. That's all. That's the only argument you need. Pop off insert tank on Mag is a million X more likely. Exactly. Any of those biased Magneto players, because I'm a Mag player. I have like 300 hours on Mag or something. I'm a Mag player. And I like to say I'm a pretty unbiased Mag player. All those biased Mag players that will tell you he doesn't need this, he's this. Don't fucking listen to him. Just ask them. Ask them how many times they've heard that in their life. They haven't. These are the big 3. These are the big things that are missing in my mind. As a Star-Lord player, I don't feel like he needs nerfs. Maybe his ult is too strong, but it's counterable and kiteable. If he doesn't pop in a good spot, it's even possible to kill him. I mean, but that's relying on player the skill of the enemy player, right? When you say if he pops it in the wrong spot, you can kill him. That's true, but that's relying on the player making the mistake. His ult is counterable, yeah, to some extent. But you know what's funny? One of the best counters to Magneto is Magneto. Magneto bubble. I'm not saying it's impossible to counter it, right? You have like Doctor Strange shield and stuff like that. But it's not like it's Magneto ult is really good because it does a lot of things. That's the other thing. You don't only have to use it to counter ultimates. You can use it to cut off healing for tanks. You can use it to zone off and reduce damage being dealt to your team. And you get the charge and you can land a one. I've gotten multi-kills all the time. Gambit plus Star-Lord is severely unbalanced. I agree. He moves very slow in his ult for the most part. He does. Emma ult is good into it. Amazing. Out of the 6 strong characters, the only one that got nerfs are Daredevil. Yazan is putting his thinking cap on right now, bro. Yeah, conspiracy theory. Why is the only dive character being nerfed? Guys. Why is the only dive character being nerfed? Thinking. We're thinking. Maybe Double G. Maybe Double G's got a conspiracy against dive. Who knows? Yeah. I really wish we got some nerfs to these characters. I still think they're going to be meta. And then obviously throw Deadpool in there. Whatever pool you're going to run. Tank pool. Hot take. Maybe not hot take. I believe Tank pool is going to be the best version of Deadpool. There's going to be 3 versions, right? And obviously, we all know they're not all going to be balanced equally. They're not all going to be equally overpowered. Tank pool is going to be the best. Damage reduction on your ultimate plus being 500 HP is disgusting. And I don't know the numbers, but I'm gonna assume the damage numbers are the same across his tank version and his DPS numbers until proven otherwise. Until proven otherwise, which we'll find out later today, because I believe there is, I think at 2 PST, I literally think in 40 minutes, there's going to be a playtest. People are playtesting him. Star-Lord is quite balanced. He's like number 3 picked. He's like one of the highest picked DPSs in the game, isn't he? Where's the Heroes Hot List? Yeah, he's like number 4 in Celestial and above. Number 5. Like, he's one of the highest picked DPSs in the game. Granted, that's not an indicator that he's busted or OP. I'm not saying that, but he's just really reliable. Pro compositions, they almost always have a Star-Lord if Hela or Phoenix and stuff is banned out. In high elo, Celestial, I would say, and above, he's picked really consistently. He's just very good. Yeah, I mean, maybe in like gold, I mean, like nobody's picking Star-Lord in gold because I think that's I think just because people don't know how to play him and pilot him. Right? Yeah, he's not outside the top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Unfortunate. Selling above. I think Grandmaster he's picked a lot too. Let me see. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, he's still in the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's still top 7. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like Celestial and above, he's in top 5. But that's an indicator of his power, right? If the best players are picking him, that means that he's good in a lot of situations. If the best players, in theory, right? In theory, if Celestial and above is compromised of the best players, right? Top 500, Eternity. I know in Eternity Plus, let me see. I know in Eternity Plus, he's picked a lot as well. Competitive, duelist, pick rate. Yeah. He's number 5. Yeah, he's number 5 here. Him and Wolverine are like neck and neck. Essentially, they're tied for number 4. Yeah, I think he's really good. I don't know. I think he's really good. I think his presence in pro play as well indicates why he's really good. Did my music stop? No, it didn't. We're going to skip to the next song. I know I've been playing like kind of lo-fi music. I'm just not trying to get destroyed. He fills that flank early. You see him 20% big C. Just replace Psylocke. Yeah, well, he's mid-range and he's dive. That's the best thing about Star-Lord. He's mid-range and dive. Yo! EJ Lou. We just went over the patch notes, brother. Oh, compared to the other... Yes. Okay, yes. Compared to these 3, Star and Bucky are definitely like a tier lower, right? Like these three should see nerfs before Star-Lord and Bucky. I 100% agree with that. These 3 are on the no-fly zone. I was going to say something, but I don't want to get banned. I was going to say something. I don't want to get banned or canceled. Yeah, those 3 are no-fly zone. These 2 are much more manageable. Okay. Patch notes is done. That's it. That took an hour, by the way. Mainly because I was talking with chat and stuff like that. I was talking to you guys. We're going back and forth. The YouTube video will be a bit more edited. I'm going to upload this to YouTube as my upload today because I upload every Wednesday and Sunday. Sunday might be tough for me to upload because I will be casting the Marvel Rivals Creator Cup. I know I put a post out. I don't know if you guys saw. We'll go on Twitter really quickly. Blossom, ZB. The Creator Cup is happening on January 18th. So I'll use this to transition into the Creator Cup. That video. So the Creator Cup is happening on January 18th. Here, we'll hit record. We'll redo it. So the Creator Cup is happening on Sunday, January 18th, 3 p.m. PST. And that's part of why my title is. The teams are here. We'll go over the teams. I have the teams pulled up somewhere else. But I got announced as talent. Where the hell is it? Oh, there we go. I skipped over the post. I got announced as talent. I will be casting the Creator Cup tournament this Sunday on January 18th. Boss MZB is the host. I'm with Iron Shib and Liger. You'll know Iron Shib and Liger because they do MRC and they do Marvel Rivals Ignite. Iron Shib is also like a massive content creator in the rival space. You've probably seen him on TikTok. You've probably seen his YouTube videos. You've probably seen his Twitch streams. He's dope. I love him. Two Tap Tony and Matzi, obviously from the Osh scene. If you know who Boss MZB is, you know who he is. So they're running this tournament. I got announced, and the teams have been drafted. So what I want to do is I want to go over each of the different teams. What's the teams for that, Yazan? That's what we're doing. That's exactly what we're going over. We're going to go over that right now. So we're going to go in the order that they were drafted. I want to show you guys the captains. These were the 8 captains. And the way they did is they drafted from a pool of players, right? So you have Armory, Boger, Necro, CC, Greg, Donatello, Benser, and team captain. These were the 8 captains. And then you had a pool of players. This was pool 1. And this was pool 2. Pool 1 and pool 2 don't mean anything. It's just how I'm naming them. They're all on this equal level. And the way the draft worked is it was a snake draft. Team captain 1 got to draft. First round was all Vanguard. Second round was strategist. And then third round was duelist. And then the last 2 rounds, you could draft whoever you want. And it was a snake draft. So it went like this. So pick 1, pick 8. And then at the end, at the turn, essentially, if you guys play fantasy football or whatever, 8 gets this first pick of the duelist. Or sorry, the support. It's not super relevant. Just wanted to explain the rules really quickly. But we are going to go over the draft. We're going to go in the order of the teams, captains that were drafted. So the first team will be Boger's team. We're going to be going over Boger's team. So Boger's team consists of Boger, obviously himself, a tank player, a Vanguard, Guru, who's a Vanguard player. Duelists are J3 and Lucky Zeal, and strategists are Fan and Lulu Lovely. So what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit more about these teams. I think, personally, this team has a really good front line. Their tank line might be the best tank duo in this tournament. Once you guys will see all the teams. Let's press F11, I guess. Boger's and Guru's tank heroes complement each other very well. Right? You've got Strange, Mag, Emma, and then Guru also plays Emma, so they can play Emma Mag, they can play Emma Strange, or they can play stuff like Emma Angela with Boger, or Emma Rogue, Mag Rogue. Like the permeations, of the different tank combos that Guru and Boger can come up with are very, very good. Can handle a lot. Lucky Seal has Starla just to fill the other 2. He plays Bucky as well. He's obviously the Spider-Man main, but he can play. Main tank plus off tank, exactly, is on. Lucky Zeal, Freddy. These are just the teams. I didn't create the teams. I did not invite the creators. Wasn't mine. So if you have issues with creators in this tournament, I'm not the one. I'm not the person that did any of this. J3 is a very good hit scan player. Very good. Like he's Mr. Fundamental. J3, maybe this is an insult to Tim Duncan. J3, low key, he's just Mr. Fundamental. I'm not going to compare him to Tim Duncan because Tim Duncan is an amazing player in his own right. J3 just plays the stuff that J3 plays. Hela, Punisher, Bucky. He can play all that stuff. Is he gonna be able to play like a Black Panther? No, probably not. Is he gonna play like a Magic? No, probably not. Lucky Zeal is gonna be like the solo diver in this game. Fan, and Lulu Lovely. The strategist backline. I'm gonna say this now. In this tournament, strategists are not gonna have a fun time. The overarching theme, in my mind, you are either one of 2 teams in this tournament. You are either a dive team, and you're going to play dive, or you're going to be the team that plays anti-dive. You're going to play Thing. You're going to play Bucky. You're going to play Mag, that kind of stuff. That's what you're going to be. J3 went from Tracer to Bucky and Punisher, how the mighty have fallen. Take that up with J3. Don't take that up with me. How the mighty have fallen. Now, this composition or this team is a little interesting because obviously Cloak and Dagger is getting buffed and Invis is getting buffed. Like I said, the Holy Trinity in my mind is Gambit, Cloak, and Invis. Mind you, there are no bans for this tournament. Every hero is available. Deadpool is also going to be available. Maybe we'll see Guru probably pilot tank pool. J3 and Lucky Zeal, they'll probably swap off DPS pool. I'm gonna assume that everyone is going to get a turn on Deadpool. Fan and Lulu Lovely backline does give me a little bit of worry. I don't know how experienced they are at playing against dive. And once I go through the other teams, you're gonna realize there are some dive demons in this tournament. So yeah, I think this is gonna be like, they're gonna play anti-dive, or they'll play like a hit scan, double shield, weird stuff. Like they'll play some nonsense. Or maybe, and the most unexpected thing is Guru and Lucky Zeal playing like Angela Spider-Man dive or something like that. Maybe not unexpected, but I just don't think it's the best. There are, in my opinion, really good dive players playing this tournament. I'd much rather see them, in my opinion, play like the more brawl huddled together kind of compositions where like J3 can play duelist, J3 can play like a Bucky or whatever, or he can aim you out on Hella, hit scan player, and Lucky Zeal can kind of just do his thing. What's up, Goat? What up, D-Bread? Lucky Zeal is just going to be doing his own thing on Spider-Man. Fan and Lulu Lovely do bring in some questions. Obviously, Fan, I think the like GM1. So like, and he's going to be playing up against like top 500 duelists, top 500 dive duelists. So good luck, Lulu Lovely and Fan. I really hope that J3 and Boger, whoever, can peel for you. Still a very good team. I still think they're very strong. They can go very far in the tournament. We know the skill level of guys like Boger, Guru, J3. Lucky Zeal's very good on Spider-Man. No bans, nothing like that. The second team in the draft order is going to be Greg Albert's team. My personal pick for the best team in this tournament. I'm gonna put my money down on this. Money I don't got. I'm not putting. I'm gonna stake my claim. I think this is gonna be the winner of this tournament. Hot take. It's not a hot take. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I think Greg Albert's team is absolutely nuts. So obviously you guys are familiar with Greg Albert, Hulk player, Hulk connoisseur, right? Sommelier, whatever you want to say. Magneto. He does play mag. I've seen him play mag. He can rock the mag when needed. Snake Case, the best Venom in the world. Best Venom in the world. Clips, the best Hawkeye, one of the best Hawkeyes in the world. You've got KG and Riley. KG is like a godlike strategist. I think he's very, very good. These two have a better shot at surviving the other dives than you know, Fan and Lulu Lovely. I trust the knowledge, like importing the knowledge. They're gonna be Bluetooth connected, bro. This is these two supports. Highly. And also you have Rocket. If Riley can play Rocket and understands the movement tech and everything, it's gonna be really hard to dive. I have complete faith in KG. Atomic Bomb versus Coughing Baby. Don't say that. Wait, their team is too stacked. I agree. And then you have Simi, one of the best Spider-Mans, right? One of the best Spider-Mans in the world. This dive of Snake Case Simi, good luck, soldier. Good luck. That's the good luck. It's cooked. It's cooked. It's insane. And then you have Greg playing Hulk. Like, this dive is absolutely diabolical. My only issue I can see is Clips being left out to dry because he does play Hawkeye. That's my only thing. But if he's willing to just put the Phoenix in the bag or put the Hela in the bag, then sure, he's fine. I think he'll be good. I want to see him on Hawkeye because that's what he's known for. Like, ideally, the way these team fights are going to go, at least on offense, Snake Case and Simi are going to set up their dive. Greg Albert's going to walk his team in. Clips is going to look for an opening pick. Riley and KG will be completely fine. They're going to look at the dive. They're going to look at the dive over there. Boom, you're going to get slept. Boom, you can't get anything. Rocket's going to run away. Riley's going to be like, yeah, you can't catch me. I'm the Cookie Man. The Gingerbread Man. The Cookie Man. Who the fuck is the Cookie Man? The Gingerbread Man. Or Riley's going to play Cloak and Dagger and cloak their whole team. This is my pick for the best team. This duo is absolutely disgusting. Snake Case and Simi are going to run lobbies. That's how I think it's going to happen. Third team in draft order, CC's team. Now, there are some heavy hitters on here. There are some individually cracked out players on this team. I know you see Kingsman. Like, Magic. This guy is the only person I know that nuzlocked himself in Marvel Rivals to climb. Gonna be a very big carry. If you're unfamiliar with Zaza stack, godlike Black Widow, by the way. Just insane Black Widow. Cracked out. I know it sounds funny. Oh, Black Widow. No, cracked out. Absolutely disgusting. CC plays both Strategist and Vanguard, I believe at like a Celestial, if not Eternity level. You can play all the main Vanguards, all the meta ones. So Strange, Mag, Emma. I guess she has Rogue on there. Maybe she's goated at Rogue. I don't know. I think she has an account called like Rogue 670i or some shit. Big Puffer. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Big Puffer. He's a variety guy. He also plays all the main tanks. Strange, Magneto, Emma. Luciasa, the best Invisible Woman, I believe. One of the highest rated Invisible Womens. Really, really good. Also, we saw the nerfs coming to Invisible Woman. She's not that nerfed. They'll be fine. And Casey Dilla, so that's the only person I don't have a ton of footage on. I haven't really studied the film. This is also a pretty solid support line in my mind. It's gonna be really reliant, in my opinion, on how Kingsman and Zaza stack play together. Because they don't, in my opinion, Puffer and CC, from what I know, they don't play dive DPS. And if Duelist is gonna be, if Kingsman is gonna be playing Magic or Daredevil because it's gonna get through, how is Kingsman and Zaza stack going to confirm kills? Is it gonna be an opening pick where Zaza hits like a headshot and then Kingsman's ready to follow up? Or it's vice versa. This is the team comp where I have a lot of questions on how they are going to facilitate and win fights or start fights. I'm pretty confident in this backline. I'm actually not that worried about them. Because Invisible Woman Cloak and Dagger is pretty hard to dive. If people want to play Gambit, Gambit's fine. Casey plays Gambit. Invisible Woman Gambit is still going to be good. So I'm very interested to see how this composition works. Very good team. I think a lot of people underrate this team, and I don't see it personally. The fourth team, drafted by Big Boy Benser. This team is kind of crazy. You've got Benser on Duelist. Ishigo is one of the best pennies in the world. Pick and roll, pick and go, pick and slaughter, pick your bitch up, drop her off later. That's who pick and roll is, right? I don't know about that last one though. I don't know about that last name. But really good Magic player, really good Psylocke player, dive player. Jelly Peanut plays all the standard Vanguards. Benser pick and roll dive duo is pretty disgusting. And Iron Fist is getting buffed. He's hitting you for 140. Bop, 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 bop. 140. You're dead. Not only maybe you're not dead, but you're dead when pick and roll comes in. And I don't know if you can play Phoenix. I think this is kind of capped. Maybe I'm wrong. Benser, let me know. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I think this is actually a really good dive duo. My question is, how does Ishigo and Jelly Peanut play together? I've only seen Ishigo play Penny. I don't know how good his cap is, and I don't know how good his Angela is. I don't know if it's goated. I know Jelly plays all the standard stuff. He also is just mogging you. And then No Damage Rocket. A lot of people disrespect No Damage Rocket. I want you to understand he's a top 500 Rocket player. I want you to understand he's undiveable. Do not disrespect No Damage Rocket. And Peach also plays all the good supports. This, again, Peach is someone I don't have a lot of film on. I'm going to need to watch them. But if they can play Cloak and Dagger and Invisible Woman and No Damage Rocket can play Rocket or Loki, they're fine. Their backline is chilling. I promise you they should be fine, in my opinion. Also, you've got the best Penny player. All they have to do is play in Penny Webs, and then Ishigo, right? He's going to be like, go, my X-Men. And Benser pick and roll is just going to be like diving your backline. They're going to be turning you into fucking Mochi. I don't know if you've seen that video. Where that's pick and roll and Benser. They're turning someone to Mochi. I don't know who it is, but they're turning someone to Mochi. And Jelly Peanut's just going to be chilling there giving bubbles. The no bans will spice it up. I agree. The fifth team captain's team. I love this team as well. If you guys haven't figured out, I really like all the teams. I never really witnessed how Rocket can be unkillable. Wait till you see No Damage Rocket. Wait till you see him. This team consists of team captain, Zotaic, Day MR, Mad Little G, Eleni TV, and Kikiyu. This is the other, remember when I said you're either going to be a dive team or an anti-dive team. This is a dive team. Team captain plays Venom, Thor, Angela, Vanguard, Zotaic. He plays Hulk. I don't know if he plays Mag. I don't know if he plays Captain America, but he's the bee-hopping Hulk guy. He plays Hulk. He's a great Hulk player. Day MR. The best Spider-Man player in the world. The number one. I think, like, outside of Jitward, I don't know. Day MR, you tell me if you're better than Jitward. But Day MR is the best Spider-Man in this tournament. No disrespect to Lucky Zeal. No disrespect to Simi. Day MR is the best Spider-Man in this tournament. He's going to have a field day. That's why I said pray to the backlines. Pray to the backlines. You have to deal with this. And you have to deal with Mad Little G, who plays Daredevil, who plays Iron Fist. I guess he's going to play Dive Pool as well. Yeah, I know. Mad Little G, by the way. And they're buffing him. Again, this is another dive duo. And then you've got Zotaic on top. Similar to the Greg Albert team, right? Where you've got Snake Case, Simi, and Greg. This team has Zotaic, Day, and Mad Little G. But then you've also got Team Captain on top, who plays, whose hero pool complements it all so well. I don't, like, this is my thing. If they're all diving, this hero pool to me for the supports for Alini and Kikiu don't scream like dive. Like, Luna's fine, but you don't play Rocket. You don't play Jeff, right? Who's really good at healing from far away. So, like, the patty cake, the support shuffle is going to have to be on point. They're going to have to be, like, dancing with the stars. Like 9 out of 10, 99 out of 100. They got to be patty caking like crazy. But this is a good support line. Pray to all the support lines, by the way. Every single one of them. They're going to need help. This is a very good team. This team, I think, can also win it. We're going to go to Aramori's team, drafted 6. Aramori has drafted a hodgepodge of devious people. So you've got Aramori, pro strategist player, by the way. A pro strategist. If anyone is going to understand how to survive the dive of the rest of the teams, Aramori is the one that's going to be coaching and understanding that. You've got Captain Coach, who plays Hulk, Rogue and Thing, obviously known as a Hulk player. Pirate King Momo. Shotgun Punisher. That's who he plays. Now, I've seen him play other stuff. I think I've seen him play like regular Punisher too. But he's taking Shotgun Punisher to top 500. If you don't know who Pirate King Momo is, that's all I gotta say. Shotgun Punisher only to top 500. Jacer is also a Penny player. Although I have seen Jacer play other stuff, Jacer's mainly known for Penny. Machu is going to be in the strategist role, although roles are fluid. Anyone can play anything if they want to. You're not locked to the role you play. Obviously, you guys know Machu from Spider-Man, like the Spider-Man shenanigans and stuff. I'm sure you can play Jeff. I'm sure you can play... The Ultron is interesting. No, I don't think I've ever seen him play Ultron. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm going to see how this support line functions together. Somju, obviously known as a Black Panther player. Black Panther is getting buffs. Captain Coach is playing Hulk. Black Panther and Hulk have a team up. You can start to see the gears turning in your heads. Somju is going to be zip-zop zooping around the map. I'm just interested in how this Vanguard line is going to work for Captain Coach and Jacer. Is it going to be a same situation where it's the Ishigo version, right? Where Ishigo is like, okay, I'm going to put my nests in the back and my supports are going to play and Benser and Pick and Roll are going to go kill everybody. Is that the same thing? Is it going to be Pirate King Momo and Somju? Pirate King Momo is going to be ziplining in, right? And then you're going to see Black Panther coming in from another angle off the top ropes. They're going to dive everybody. This is scary. This is scary. And then Captain Coach is coming up the middle, and then Jacer's like, yeah, I've got a nest line. We're chilling. Flank Penny on offense, by the way. You guys got to worry about that. Is 2-2-2 enforced? No, you can play whatever you want. Momo gonna run it down. Why did you say that, Freddy? He's not gonna run it down. He might. Who knows? And anyone can run it down. But I wouldn't be surprised if he pops the fuck off on Shotgun Punisher. Really interesting team. This is the Goofy Goober team, in my opinion. They've got a hodgepodge of devious gentlemen and women. Isn't Machu a Spidey player? He's known as a Spider-Man player, yes. But I'm sure his bag is deep. I'm sure his bag is deep enough. The 7th team drafted in this tournament, Donnie's team. This is a funny ass team. So Donnie is not a Vanguard player, by the way. Donnie plays like Wolverine and Winter Soldier. I'm sure he can probably do okay on Vanguard. Kirk, obviously you're familiar with Kirk. I've seen Kirk play Mag. I've seen Kirk play Emma, Venom. Those are like his 3 main. I've seen him play all of them. Also, goated pick. This team has the best pictures, by the way. Other than Zotaic's MS Paint Shrek. Mike's above you, I think, is going to be playing strategist in this. I'm not sure. Like, again, the roles are fluid. He is one of the best Gambit players. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they put him on Gambit. Obviously, they have the rank 1, I believe the rank 1 Star-Lord, one of the best Star-Lords ever. Raylene is primarily an Atom player. I have seen them play Loki, I believe, but primarily Atom player. If you don't know who Naughty is, Naughty's a Bruce Banner player. He plays Hulk as well. And he plays, yeah, Mike's above you was rank 1 Gambit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he was the best Gambit player at one point. Maybe he still is. I'm not sure if he still holds that title. But yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty damn good on Gambit. Naughty plays Strange and Hulk. And his Strange and Hulk are really good. But again, he's going to be like, the thing that I think is very underestimated on this team, Mike's above you ability to pick up heroes and figure them out, I think is the best. Because when Gambit first came out, Mike was the one that was putting out the guides, telling people how to play, like, hold the card for this, do this for this. You want to always have your card hovered. I think his ability to pick up heroes is going to be unprecedented. He might, I'm going to call my shot here on this. He might end up being the best Deadpool in this tournament. Because of his ability to pick up heroes so quickly. He's just got that, he's got that little quirk in him, bro. Like, who else is picking up Gambit? Granted, Gambit's like kind of a elo boosted hero, you could argue. But who's picking him like up day 1, day 2, and like just understanding the character like that? That's what I think. That's the underrated part about Mike's above you. Also, this is just a meme team, bro. I love this team. People don't like playing against Adam. People don't know how to play against Adam that well. And Raylene makes Adam work in the highest of highest ranks in 2-2-2 compositions. I have no worries. People are worried about this comp. I have no worries. I really am not worried about this team as much as others are. The 8th and final team, Big Daddy Necros' team. We're cutting that out. He's not Big Daddy Necros. Just Necros. Rank 1 Spider-Man. Brandon. Potato, who's effectively a pro player in Osh. This guy's a pro player. Noko, who was a pro player in Apex. If you know, you know. And you got LMAO Felly and Just Malia. So the big knock against this team that everybody is saying is that Malia is like a Diamond 1 support player. Blah, 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 blah. Doesn't fucking matter. Diamonds are made under pressure. Okay? Diamonds are made under pressure. The amount, like, you can be a Diamond 1 player, but when you play with a team like this, top 500 player, right? Top 500 player. Brandon, I believe, is like an Eternity Penny player. Also plays Groot, from my knowledge. Noko is a high level. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you're surrounded by good players and when you play with good players, you will just inherently get better. They have multiple days to play. They have multiple days. I'm like not like so many people are worried about Malia. I'm not. I think it's fine. I think it's completely fine. I think she's going to surprise a lot of people, in my opinion. She's going to surprise a ton of people, actually. Yeah. Someone just pointed out Necros and Potato on DPS. Exactly. I don't know how this comp is going to work. I could see a world where Brandon is solo tanking and Necros, Potato, and Noko are all playing duelist. Good luck. Good luck, soldier. Potato is going to be in your back line. Necro is going to be in your back line. Noko, solid hit scan player. Might be the best hit scan player. It's either him or J3. I know Clips is the best Hawkeye. I need to see him go to work on Phoenix and Hela before I call. But like there are so many good hit scan players in this tournament. Noko can hold it down. They're also buffing Namor, who is now pickable in the regular solo. You can just pick Namor up now. The anti-dive is pretty solid with Brandon and Noko. I wouldn't be surprised if they run a single tank composition with Brandon and they just play Penny plus Namor, and then Necros and Potato just go do their thing and they terrorize backlines. Another very underrated team. In my opinion, very underrated. Again, remember what I talked about for the theme of this tournament. You're either a dive team or you play anti-dive. I don't think you can really wiggle out of that. Okay, Necros did say your backline is only as good as your worst support. Opinions may change. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I mean, Melina can play Rocket. Melina can play Cloak and Invis. These are three really good, heroes that surviving dive. It's fine. And they got LMAO Feli. Very good support player. Very good support player in their own right. Luna, Loki, Invis. Like, they'll be fine. A lot of people are worried. I think they'll be fine. Penny and Spider-Man team up. Exactly. Penny and Spider-Man team up. Again, my pick for the team that I think is going to take this tournament, Greg Albert's team. That's my pick. I talked about it earlier. But those are each of the 8 teams competing in the tournament, the Creator Cup here. I will go through, again, it's on Sunday, January 18th, 3 p.m. EST, 12 p.m. PST. Yours truly will be casting. There's going to be multiple streams going up for all the different games. I really want to know what your guys' favorite teams are. Who do you think is going to win? Let me know who do you think is going to win. Is it going to be Team Necros? Give me team captain? Team captain. What the fuck? Come on, team captain. Team captain. Team captain's team. There we go. That's a little bit better. Right? Who do you think? Is it going to be Team Greg Albert, Team Donatello, Team CC, Team Boger, Team Benzer, Team Aramori? Like I said, my pick is Greg's team. I know a lot of people looked at Team Captain's team and were like, this is a stacked team as well. I don't think you're wrong in saying this could win. Day won the last Creator Cup, by the way. Day was part of the winning team in the last Creator Cup. You also got Zoteic, who's just mogging you with the Shrek pick. A lot of... this is a pretty fair and balanced tournament. I don't think we're going to have a clear winner set until very, very late. I don't think we're going to be able to tell, like, this team is going to win. I'm interested to see how many 3-0s we get. I don't think we're going to get any, or 2-0s. I think it's best of 3s. I don't think we're going to get many 2-0s. I think it's going to be a lot closer. I can see Team Captain's team being insane. Same here. I can see their team being really good. I can see Benzer's team being very good. I think Benzer's team with pick and roll and Benzer is really good. Aramori, a lot of people are underrating Aramori's team. And I think it's wrong. I think if you underestimate this team, you're going to get fucking one-pumped by Pirate King Momo. Then maybe goes Mag, give clips on hit scan, and then after the fact they get KG. Yeah, KG's a sleeper pick, bro. This guy's so good. KG is a sleeper pick. I 100% agree. And then you got Simeon. This is a very good team. Okay. Thank you, everybody that has tuned into the stream. Kingsman team will be interesting. I agree. But thank you, everybody. We streamed for about an hour and a half. I'm gonna stream later today. YouTube stream numbers look good. I know you guys wanted me to stream on YouTube. Later tonight, I will stream. We'll do some solo queue. We'll try to climb to eternity at the end of the season. I think I'm at like Celestial 2, Celestial 3 right now. But thank you everybody for stopping by for the patch notes. Thank you everybody for stopping by for the team breakdowns. I really am happy that you guys were here. I want you guys to see this tournament. I think it's really good. Appreciate you guys. I will be back on later today, 7 p.m. PST. That's usually when I start up. Maybe a little bit earlier. We'll see as time permits. But thank you guys so much. Thank you, Freddie. Thank you, Yasman. Thank you all you guys. I appreciate it. And yeah, have fun. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys later tonight.